Hey you guys, Tori fell, so...
I didn't fall my finger.
Oops. Anyways, so we're gonna start a second video. Okay, so with reading came literary realism. Some important people you want to know. Mark Twain.
Wait.
What?
Where did we put social Darwinism?
Social
We
Darwinism.
didn't do any of the religious stuff.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
so literary realism goes with Mark Twain, Jack London, Stephen Crane, who also wrote The Red Badge of Courage
Yeah, you can't forget
way
that,
back
like-
when.
We read it, so you better remember it.
I just recorded like 8 minutes of video in my pocket because I hit the record.
But Henry James, Paul Laurence Dunbar, and Henry James wrote the first book on rising feminism. Yeah, somebody else want to hold this because I have
What
a.
was the guy's
Oh,
name
I want to
again?
hold it. Ow!
You
What
see,
was the Wild West guy's name again?
I get paranoid when I hold my phone.
He's
What was the
Asian.
Wild West guy's name?
You got a problem with that?
Buffalo
No,
Bill.
Asians are
Yeah,
going to take over the
Take your
world.
phone.
Okay.
Asians are
I'm
going
going to look for all those little dirty texts that I know you have.
to... Okay.
Too many messages.
Then there's also dime novels.
View from...
Horatio Alger and General Lewis
Shit, bro.
Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
Art. Good person to know. Phineas.
Like Phineas and Ferb, but not.
Not
Phineas
really
T.
Burnham.
Phineas and
Burnham.
Yes.
I think of Dunham. You know, Jeff Dunham.
Phineas Burnham.
What did Phineas
I
Burnham
love Jeff
do?
Dunham.
He is an artist.
What did
I
he
kill
paint?
you.
Huh?
What did he paint?
I don't know. Just know he's an artist.
Claire, how do you... What's the select button?
Well, you
Then the
touch it.
circus was also
touch it.
made.
Stupid.
And there was
Touch it.
something on science, but we forgot to put it. So,
See?
okay,
What'd she say?
then with chapter 26 comes the West, which Tori's going to talk about.
I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it.
I was just calling my mom.
You gotta touch the...
Why
Touch
is
the
that
laptop.
dude looking at us?
He wants some of
Indian.
that. He wants to get in
One
this.
sexy Indian.
All right. Indian. Wrong Indian, but you know. All right.
There are some people that are just sexy in this.
Dylan says, dang, when you leaving?
Okay. So, the West, chapter 26. You know? Well, you know, okay, the frontier was obviously the biggest part of the West, you know, the Western movement. People moved to the frontier. Actually, the frontier closed. Stop your noises. The frontier closed. Remember that? And people were sad.
Oh yeah, the frontier closed with the census of 1890.
Oh my goodness, my smoothie's all juicy.
Did you already do all this?
No, I didn't do anything. I said frontier and then stopped there.
Well, yeah. So there was the frontier, and that led to mining.
Victoria.
No.
I got you.
And so they found the Comstock lode
What do you
in.
want me to say to Dylan?
Was that Nevada?
Nothing.
Was the
Please, let me
Comstock lode
respond.
in Nevada?
Say 9. What?
I think it was in Nevada.
Comstock load. I turned to that page. Oh, buddy. I lost it.
Come on.
Stop with your...
I'm pretty sure it was Nevada, but
I
I
don't
think
like
we
your
did
phone.
pretty good for a day's work.
for like an
I don't know
hour.
how typing
It was
doesn't
only
make
an hour.
sense. Damn it.
Comstock load. Yeah.
Nevada.
Was in Nevada.
Comstock
Okay,
Low.
we should have just went with Victoria because she's Victoria. It was in Nevada. It's 1859.
Phone's frustrating.
1850.
One day,
Okay, good.
Victoria's gonna be wrong, and I'm gonna be right.
I mean, I'm
And
sure that day.
I have
is
been
when the
wrong.
Right,
world
I'm pretty
ends.
sure everyone's been wrong in their lives.
I'm
No,
pretty
I'm
sure
saying
nobody's
she's gonna
perfect.
be wrong about something, and I'll be right about the same.
And
I'm
it'll
pretty
be
sure
a
that's
great
happened
success
in
for
the
you.
time.
Can I pause this?
No. Okay, so anyways, then there were ghost towns because people like made towns, and then
Claire, what are you doing?
when there wasn't anything left, they just left the town. So then
Yeah.
there was strip mining because they were still trying to find gold, and that was really bad for the ecological
It looks
thing.
like you're stripping.
And that came from oil breaking machinery.
One word answer.
And along with the whole ecological problems were the buffalo, because the miners kept killing buffalo. So then that was bad for the Indians. But then, anyways,
Buffalo
buffalo,
were big animals that were hairy.
they could kill you.
Yes, they could kill you. And people decided, let's kill them before they kill us. And I don't know where I'm going with this.
Well,
Oh, Buffalo soldiers. There we go.
Buffalo soldiers,
Buffalo
yeah.
soldiers were African American soldiers. Shh. And the Indians called them that because they looked like the buffalo. They were dark and they had that curly hair. Yes. That's just a little tidbit you want to know. All right, cool.
Okay, and then the increased amount of money led to like more conflict over hard money, which would be like gold, and then cheap money, which would be like greenbacks and stuff. So
I just don't know what to say.
So
You don't
yeah,
Gold bugs and greenbacks.
yeah, the gold bugs were gold bugs were people. Oh yeah, gold bugs were those Democrats that.
Does that say KJ?
So anyways, gold
No, it
bugs
says
and greenbacks.
KS. Dang it.
So then in the 1896 election, which was McKinley versus Bryan.
William Jennings Bryan, awesome name.
Yes, he was only
Sorry.
36, the youngest person ever nominated for president.
He was a youngin. All right, I just like my commentary. I'll stop now. I'm good.
But she
Okay.
doesn't want us to
It was McKinley for the Republicans versus Bryan for the Democrats. And that's when Bryan gave his cross of gold speech because he was like, oh,
To
no,
us
they can't
girls.
like put us on this cross of gold to die or whatever. So then,
Back to the frontier.
then there are also the ranches and ranchers.
Ranchers.
Yeah. And,
Rancho Carnitoros.
Yeah. Sure.
Sorry. What's up?
So they had the cattle.
Hate corners.
Pain.
Ow.
Alright, back.
So they had the cattle,
Like that.
and then they went on long drives.
I like to
the,
lick my fingers.
Finger licking good.
Alright, back to the history.
She's so
Sorry.
hard.
She like, you know.
Okay,
I'm
anyways.
sorry if you're watching this and you're really distracted by people licking their fingers.
Ew, licking.
She'll like go and shake Eric's hand and lick her fingers.
Ew.
Eric, if you're gonna watch this, KJ licks her fingers after she touches you. She's like sweet contact.
Anyways, back to the cattle. So the ranchers.
Oh my gosh, is there a pause button on here?
I freaking grope on Trey and lick my fingers. Oh god. Oh.
You see this? You see this perv?
Christina,
Alright.
watch out.
So then the
She's not
cattle.
gonna watch this.
They took the cattle on long drives to
Hi,
like the
Christina.
train terminals, so that they could transport them all over the place and kill them for their meat, like, and slaughter them. Yeah.
It's like McDonald's.
Which is terrible. And one of these train places was
Guys, you guys stop talking. Gosh.
one of the train places was in Dodge City, Kansas, and but then it was really bad when like the sheep herders and the homesteaders came out and started putting up barbed wire fences because then they couldn't tear them down.
Yeah, and the
And then-
refrigerator cars.
True.
Yeah.
What about if this was white?
And then the refrigerator cars made it possible to like slaughter thousands and thousands of cattle and transport the meat all over the place. Can you breathe?
This is the good stuff.
I'd rather not smell it.
Hey.
He does more things with that down in places.
Did we already get to the Indians or no?
No,
No,
we
okay.
haven't gone to the Indians
Okay,
yet.
so the farms. So the farms.
I think
gonna
we
Stop!
Like that.
Stop! You're ruining the video. It's 8 minutes. Be
It's
quiet.
been
my
ruined
colon.
already. Okay, but anyway, so the farms. So a lot of people, because of the Homestead Act of 1862, a lot of people could get 160 acres of land if they lived on it for 5 years and improved it and paid
I remember
$30.
that. That's something I actually listened to.
160 acres. That's what he wrote.
Yeah. And
160 acres of
So,
land.
thousands of people went out, but only like 2/3 of the people
Were
got
successful.
good land.
Yeah, you know, in the 160 acres, you had to take care of it
See,
for 5
you
years.
can tell it's my
and
hand because I'm
you-
like really white.
Stop. The people who got the 160 acres of land had to, prove it was like they had to take care of it for 5 years.
But then
Before
there
they
were
could get there.
corrupted people who were like,
Yeah.
oh, I built this little chicken shack on this land, so
Yeah.
I improved it, but I cut down all the trees.
Yeah, they take like a close-up picture. So like the house looks like this big, but really it's like this
See,
big.
like there's the house.
It's like that big.
See, like that's how big.
Yeah,
it
like
is.
that's how big my house is. But then they take it away
And
and
then,
it's like
here's
really
the,
this
here's
small.
the chicken shack.
And then they make their money,
And then they have like the KFC, the buffet.
And then out of that emerged a lot of organizations such as the Populist, aka the People's Party.
They were popular.
James B. Weaver. Yay!
Yes.
Populist.
And also the
Go
National
Weaver. Go Weaver.
and also the National Farmers Alliance. And from that came the colored.
Excuse me.
Where's the National Farmers Alliance?
It's not on there.
Sniff it.
But it's one of them.
Here we go.
I'd rather not.
Nah.
Oh my goodness.
Farmers.